Okay. So my name is Crystal Devonish. I am executive assistant to our CEO and COO here at Stylists. I'm also the global office manager. I oversee the running of the executive team, as well as the running of the London office, New York office, and help out our regional offices both in Melbourne, Tokyo, and Brazil.
And Rebecca?
I'm Rebecca Farmer. I work for Control Risks as an office manager and executive assistant. So I look after the regional CEO and 7 partners based here in Dubai. And I also look after the office in Dubai with a headcount of around 90 staff, and the office in Abu Dhabi as well with a headcount of 3 people.
So Crystal, let's start with you. What does an average day look like for you?
Average day. I don't think anyone in our profession actually has an average day. I think we probably have routine more than average. I think my routine starts with a good strong coffee and running through my emails, checking the diary. I tend to do this on the way to work. I just find it's my downtime to think and get prepared. We have 2 floors here in the London office. I do a walk around every morning and every evening. It's my way of saying to staff, I'm here, I like to pop in, and kind of like that personal touch of kind of seeing what projects they're up to, and, if anybody's got engaged or married, or really the fun things, but also kind of keeping it professional. Like I said, what projects they've gone, what trips they've been on, what, how the things with the clients, that type of thing. And I think that's really, really important. In terms of the other average stuff, the usual diary management, that kind of thing. So yes, that's average, yes, but routine more than average.
Yeah, no day's the same.
No day's the same, no.
And Rebecca, yourself?
My day starts quite similarly to Crystal's, actually, with an office walk around. But I mean, as much as I like catching up with everyone in the office as well, but my office walk around also tends to be checking health and safety and clear desk policy. I'm that person that everyone dreads seeing in the morning. But yeah, it's exactly the same. And you plan to, by the time you've done the walk around, you've caught up with everyone, and you plan to achieve all these things throughout the day. It just gets less and less structured as the day goes on. I find the CEO, he travels, he's probably only in the Dubai office maybe 1 or 2 weeks a month. When he is here, though, I get a lot less done. He interrupts me quite a lot throughout the day. But I love him. We have a great working relationship together. So yeah, an average day is, as Crystal said, it's hard to really say what an average day looks like, but it's a really nice environment here, very relaxed. So I as cheesy as it sounds, it never really feels like I'm coming to work. It feels like I'm just coming to catch up with friends and do a bit of work along the way.
That's a nice place to be. Definitely, that's living the dream.
Yeah, it is.
So, Crystal, talking about the dual role, I know a lot of PAs and people that are attending the event will have an EA role, generally with something else. It's quite common now, but the office manager role, they're 2 very separate jobs, and a lot of people also have those as 2 separate jobs. A company has an EA and an office manager. So can you talk to us about what are some of the challenges that you find having this dual role between being, where the priorities are between being an EA to the CEO and the office manager? What's the difficult aspects there?
I think the hardest part, having a dual role of being an EA and office manager role, is trying to keep everybody happy. And I appreciate that's a bit cliche, but you do have to step back and realize that you can't please everybody. What you can do is be there to support and help. You have to communicate. Communication is key, and it's vital. Just saying to somebody, I can't be with you now, but I can be with you in 5-10 minutes. It shows that what I'm doing now is, if I interrupt this, I'm not going to give you my full attention. with my role with my CEO, we have a really good relationship that I can turn around and go, I need to do this so that I can do this, and I have a good relationship with my team to say, I need to do this so that I can do this. And yeah, it comes down to communication. You know, when you're in a restaurant, you're waiting a long time, you get anxious and irritated. It's the same process. Communication is key.
Absolutely. We'll come back to that because I know that's obviously a really vital part of both your roles, and we'll talk a lot more about that. And actually, this might come up in your answer, Rebecca. I was going to say, for people that are considering the EA office manager role, what skills do you think they need and that you have to make that job with having both parts a success?
Gosh, I think good people skills are vital because, as Crystal said, you get interrupted an umpteen amount of times throughout the day. I think having confidence and good listening skills as well. It's a very strange role in the sense that you go from being an EA looking after maybe one executive or a handful of executives to suddenly you're looking after a whole office of people, and they'll just come and interrupt you at any point throughout the day about parking or air conditioning or their mobile network, and it's so distracting. You need to be so organized and so switched on. But it's such a great role. I absolutely love it. But I think any EA wanting to look into going into the dual role, my best advice would be having good liaisons with other people as well, good people management skills. It's not so much about knowing everything, because you learn a lot on the job. It's indeed. As Crystal said, it's managing people as well, and I just need to work on this right now, but I can get back to you in X amount of time. And people respond very well to that, rather than just trying to be a yes person and putting everyone else's needs ahead of what you're doing right there and then. I think that's really good advice.
And would you agree, Crystal?
I definitely think so. And I think with an office manager role, you know, with an EA role, you focus on your execs, your CEO. You know what you're doing. You know what that is. But you've also, as an office manager, you've got to remember that your staff also matter, even though it might be minute, like parking and stuff. Like, it's important to them, and they're coming to you. So you can't forget that your staff are important to the business too. Happy staff, happy business.
Yeah. So a question for both of you, Crystal, if we start with you, and just kind of getting into the nitty gritty of the role, how do you keep track of all of the work that you have to be doing? Because I remember once somebody who was an office manager said to me, it's really tough because, and it's something you guys have already touched on, you could be working on getting your boss away on a trip to meet a really important client. When a member of staff comes up to you and says, my laptop's broken, I literally can't do any work. And where does the priorities lie there? And how do you stop then? Okay, you need to go and fix their laptop or find out who can fix it for them. But also, obviously, your boss has got a really important trip coming up. So how do you track those tasks and those priorities?
I think so in my overall day, I am a bit old school. I love my notebooks. I keep them for 3 years, and I still go back to them. There is always like a meeting, a number or something. I tend to use OneNote for like my one-to-ones that are bigger projects, when I sit down and make sure that things are kind of done. As you said, priorities can change throughout the day. You can have your CEO asking for his itinerary really urgently and somebody's laptop going down. Again, communication. Can I spare that 5 minutes, because that person might actually, the laptop's gone down, doing a client presentation, finding out what is it, are you able to wait? Do you have a client presentation? Is it something that you're going to be on leave for the next 2 weeks and you need to get it done? I think, you know, it's about, if you get the answer rather than just my laptop's broken down, well, is it broken down or asking the right questions. I think you have to ask the right questions without sounding too negative. You also have to give yourself time to complete tasks. I do believe in having a look at your exec's time and using the time they might be away or in a big meeting to sit down and concentrate on the health and safety and the bigger day-to-day tasks for the office, because your exec is going to be asking you lots of things, and that time when they're away is a time for yourself to get onto those tasks.
You're nodding away, Rebecca. Is that something you do as well?
It really is. That's where I get everything else
done. Yeah.
I was actually going to say about asking questions as well. There could be a specific reason why the CEO wants his itinerary there and then. If he's not traveling there and then, he might just simply want to, he can't remember the name of the hotel he's staying at, and that's something that you can answer just like that without having to finish the itinerary and send it off. So I definitely agree with asking questions as well.
Yeah,
that's a really good point.
Yeah, you need to be intuitive. Yeah, you have to think outside the box, so to speak.
And Rebecca, what about you? How do you manage your tasks and keep on top of all of the aspects of your role?
I'm quite similar to Crystal, to be honest. I love handwriting notes. I feel nothing quite tops the satisfaction of scratching out a note once you've completed it. Whether it's something little or large, I will write it down in my notebook so that I don't forget it, because so many times I'll be speaking to someone about something, and then as soon as that person leaves, sometimes I have a queue of people at my desk. Crystal's nodding.
I'll try to write it down.
And it's so easy to forget what you've just discussed with one person. So that's probably how I best manage my tasks. And also I quite like blocking out my calendar. As Crystal mentioned, when the CEO is away, perfect time. That's when I can focus on, as Crystal said as well, health and safety, or if there's a particular license due for renewal, work on that. Expenses, all the admin that I just can't get done when the CEO's around. I really enjoy the visuals of blocking it out in my calendar, and getting the reminder from my calendar as well as to when the next task is due to arrive as well. That really helps. That really helps me with my productivity. Otherwise, an hour could go by, and sometimes I try and dither between tasks, which just doesn't work. You've got to focus on one task and get that done, then move on to the next. That's how I find I'm most productive.
I think sometimes we get so consumed as well as of writing lists, and then we look down at our list and it's 20 items and get a little bit overwhelmed. I have a little method that I put a post-it note of the top 5 things that I would really hope to do in a day. And if I manage to get 3 of those 5 things done, because it's like in my book I might get distracted and stuff, but if I leave it on my screen, I can see it all the time. Like pick up a phone or doing an email, I have to send off that P&L to somebody or something like that. Get 3 of the 5 things done. I have succeeded in my day.
That's brilliant. That's so simple and yet so effective, because that post-it note will haunt you throughout the day. Just screaming at you to do it. Yeah, that's really, I love that idea. I'm going to steal that idea actually. So Rebecca, coming back to you, I know that you said that the environment there is great and you clearly love what you do. So what's the best things about working as an office manager EA?
Oh gosh, I'd say it's the variety. So this is my first role as an office manager in EA. Previously, I'd just done EA work. So I came into this role quite, inexperienced. But I think I got the role basically based on my personality and how well I got on with the people that were interviewing me, and my willingness to learn as well. So now all of a sudden I am the keeper of all legal documents, and I manage a team of 6 people, and I'm the go-to person for everything, for travel-related questions, everything to do with the CEO. I look after all of his family arrangements as well. It's just, it's the same as an EA. No day is the same, but there's just extra work as well. And if you like being busy, it's the perfect role for you. I just love it. We're always innovating new ideas within the office as well. So we just recently refurbished one of the offices into a Zen den. So that was my project, to turn this old meeting room into a meditation room. And now I'm working on another area of the office as well. So it's just something constantly new happening, which that's what I really love. I crave variety. It's exactly what I was looking for when I was looking for a new role, and it's exactly what I've got.
Yeah, I was imagining, and I'm sure Crystal, you agree, that you go within the EA role, you do know a lot. Once you add in the office manager role, then the whole workings of the business just opens up to you, I would imagine.
I think, I agreeing with Rebecca on all of those. And additionally, what I love is strategy behind it, being involved in the big budget, analysis, pulling together business cases for things. I love the business strategy behind the office manager role as well.
Yeah, because you know what all of the decision making elements are, as any EA would, but then you see the kind of nitty gritty of it and how it works, literally how it works and how the business runs.
Yeah, you have to think ahead, money wise, budget wise. I think as an office manager, you really do need to know how to run your office as well as can be. So your finance manager, finance director does really love you in the end.
So as we've discussed, the role is very varied, very busy. What technology do you guys use to kind of support you and support the role that you do? Rebecca, is there any technology that you can, or anything that you use that makes you more productive, for example?
A piece of technology that helps me save some time is Time Zone Ninja, which I think you might have mentioned that to me actually.
I love that website.
Yeah, I've been using Time Zone Ninja almost daily because at the moment the CEO is in Washington, and then I'm trying to arrange a meeting with him and someone in London, and it's just so much easier than just going to Google and typing what is the time in this. It just Time Zone Ninja just figures it all out for you there and then. That's a great piece of technology.
Anything for you, Crystal? I know you mentioned OneNote. Is there anything else that you use?
I suppose for me, there's so many tools out there, and I would suggest to any EA and office manager, have a look, Google, search, see what would suit your role, see what would suit your personality. I couldn't do without my iPhone and my iPad. I have all my exec calendars on them, because I will tend to walk around with my iPhone when I'm doing the walk around. 9 times out of 10, somebody will go, does somebody have this time? Or, it's just, there's nothing worse when I don't have my phone. It's like, no, I cannot magically have their calendar imprinted in my head as much as I would love to. But what I can do is when I do, I got this, it's right there. Yes, okay, it might be that technology has overcome our roles and we constantly have it with us, but it also helps because by the time you get back, things might have changed and stuff. So if you can, have your iPhone with their calendars, or iPad with the calendars as well.
Absolutely. So it's something that we've spoke about, and I think let's come back to it. How much does or communication obviously is a huge part of your role, and as you said, it's being good at communicating your priorities and feeding back what you can and can't do for your colleagues must be a huge part of your role. So I just wanted to talk to both of you a little bit more about that. Rebecca, if we start with you, can you tell us how you go about your day and make those kind of decisions about how you can help people and can't help people, and how you communicate that so that you, as you said, you're making people happy and not annoying people all day or disappointing people all day?
I think having a good relationship with the people to begin with really helps, and being honest, managing their expectations. There's nothing worse than being on the receiving end of someone saying that they can get something done for you and then not coming through on the promise. I would hate to overpromise and underdeliver. I think that's from the get-go, just laying it out and being truly honest about how the turnaround time for completing a task. Alternatively, there are some smaller office tasks which can be delegated. So the receptionist and the office assistant, they both report to me. So if it's something that I think they have the capacity to help with and they're able to help with, I will check with them, and they are usually, well, always more than happy to help out, which is a huge weight off my shoulders as well.
Yeah.
And one of our values is collaboration and teamwork, and you do see that day in, day out within this office. So I think if you're in a position where you are able to delegate to others, I think that's a really good tool to use. And again, I'd never really been in that position since I joined this role, so that took some time, because it at first it does kind of feel like you're pushing work away and trying to fob it off on other people, but it's good for you and it's good for their development as well. So I think that's a really good ability to have.
Absolutely, I agree. What would you say, Crystal?
No, totally agree with Rebecca on that. I think we've also got to realise that, again, it is honesty and clear communication. At the end of the day, we are also only human. We're not AI just yet. Just yet. I don't know where that's going. But yeah, my favourite question, sometimes it bugs people, sometimes it doesn't, is it urgent? Because I do have a colleague that if I go, is it urgent? They'll go, they think about it and go, no. And what we've kind of come up to after 3 months of it is actually go, yes, it is urgent and I do need your attention, or no, it can actually wait. And when you do have that teamwork and collaboration about being honest with that question, it helps. It helps everybody.
Absolutely. So something that I want to ask both of you, because the role is busy and demanding, where do you both get your motivation from? Because, as I said, I'm sure you have days where it's just, I'm getting pressure from the CEO, I'm getting pressure from the people that I need to help support in the office. So how do you keep motivated? Crystal, let's start with you.
Devil Wears Prada. Yeah, really good book, really good movie. I have a sense of humor when it comes to that sometimes.
I once had a boss come up to me and she threw a coat at me and said, "Oh, I've always wanted to do that from the film." It was so funny.
Sometimes there are times where you're like, "You sure this isn't Devil Wears Prada?" I think what motivates me is my team around me. Stylus is an amazing company to work for, and I feel inspired when I go and see what the content team is producing, how the commercial team is, and it's not just the content that we're providing. It's everybody from IT to finance. We're great problem solvers, and I think that's what really motivates me. We have a common mission, to make Stylus successful, and I think that truly comes through with the people, the fun, the laughter. Like Rebecca said, I feel like I come to work. It's almost like a family, I'm seeing my family every morning, saying hi, checking up, and also, seeing what the next color trend is and stuff. I feel so inspired and so motivated by working at Stylus.
Fantastic. And Rebecca?
I agree that the people are a huge motivator. You walk through this office and everyone is smiling, everyone's happy, everyone's engaging. The CEO walks through and he knows everyone's name, and he asks someone how their child's birthday party went, and everyone is just we're so close knit. It's really nice. A lot of us socialize out of work as well, which is just lovely to see. I think also the role itself motivates me, because it is an odd role in the sense that everyone in the office. I do the office inductions with all new starters, so some people in other departments might not necessarily know a new face, but everyone in the office knows me. I get interrupted a lot. I get asked a lot of questions. People just love to talk to me. But at the same time, the role is very autonomous. There's no one else does the same role that you do. There might be 2 travel coordinators, or there might be 2 editors, or 5 consultants in one team, but there's only one of me. And certain aspects, certain tasks of my role, if I don't do them, then they won't get done. And that's a huge motivator for me as well. I've got no one to rely on but myself, so that drives me, just the thought of angering the leadership team.
That's all the milk is in there.
Yeah, exactly. If coffee runs out, then everybody will be at risk. And because it's such a good point that you've made, Rebecca, because it leads on really well to this. Because again, if you are the only guys doing that role, and you both work in global offices, what impact does that have on your work balance? And do you find ways, and have you put in structures so that you're not constantly on the job? Crystal, I know you've got offices all over, so that must be quite a tough challenge for you.
I think so when I first started the role, one of the things you want to do is please everybody. So you're okay, that's fine. I will respond to the email out Friday at 10 o'clock at night to the New York office. But as I've kind of gotten into the role, I can step back and go, no, it's actually Friday, and I'm not going to respond. It takes time to understand that you have to give yourself a work-life balance too. Although contradicting myself, I do believe that if somebody in the New York office or Brazil or whatever, if there is really important, I'm happy for them to call me, because by the time that they've responded, by the time they've done this, 2 days would have gone on. So, but like I said, sometimes just going, actually, I'm logging off. If it's urgent, I'm logging off. So that way you can give your work-life balance. And my CEO is really supportive as well. And I think when you have a supportive management team, supportive CEO team, and I have an administrative assistant as well. And I think when you have that balance too, that kind of helps you too.
Fantastic. And you, Rebecca?
Yeah, I agree. If it trails down from management, that's a really nice example to set. So sometimes the CEO is here till 8 o'clock at night. Sometimes he leaves at 5 p.m. Our usual working hours are 9 to 5:30. But if I want to go to CrossFit at 6:30 at the other end of town, I make sure I leave by 5:15, and that's fine. No one minds. It's a very flexible environment. I never used to be like that. I used to feel like I had to be physically in the office. So it's been a breath of fresh air to come in here and actually see people roll in at 9:30. But so long as they're getting on with their work, and they can come late or they can leave a bit early, so long as what they're doing is right and on time. And I was going to make another point, but I've completely forgotten what it was. I'm sorry. Oh, it was about replying to emails out of hours. I'm not averse to replying to an email at 10 p.m. at night, because I know it's appreciated as well. Just a simple thanks goes a long way.
Yeah, it makes a big difference. So my last question to the two of you is this: what advice would you give to people who are working as an EA at the moment, that would potentially like to move into either an office manager role or have both? What's the one piece of advice you would give to them, Crystal?
Have a sense of humor. I think be expected to go. It's not your glorified job, you can be going from organizing a really posh dinner to having to unblock the dishwasher. or sort of random, very many rather random things I care not to say, but long list. But you have to have a sense of humor. It's interesting, it's diverse. If you want to get up and go, and I think it's also very operational based as well. If you're looking for something with a little bit more strategy, a little bit more meat, like Rebecca said, look, you're doing your health and safety assessments and looking at the business as a whole and stuff. You want to get into that kind of role, this is a great role to do it in.
Fantastic. And what would you, and Rebecca?
I think being expectant, as Crystal said, is a great piece of advice, because some days you're an office manager, some days you're an EA, some days you're a caterer, some days you're an accountant, some days you're an air conditioning repair man. I think being very expectant, being organised, and going back to having people skills as well, because if you want a role where no one will bother you, then it's not the role for you.
Yeah.
You're never left alone. But that's for me, it's the perfect role. It's unexpected. It's you're surrounded by company, and it's very varied, and you get a lot of opportunities to take on extra work all the time, because as the business grows, there's always extra opportunity for you to get involved. So I think being open and being positive, a positive attitude goes a long way.
Yeah. Okay, guys, that's all the time that we've got for the session. So first of all, I just want to say a huge thank you for joining us from London and Dubai. Thank you so much for your time. I know everybody will really appreciate everything that you've said and take so much away from it. Thank you.
Oh, thanks for having me.
Thank you, Nikki. Thank you, Rebecca. Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you. Take care. Bye-bye.